Never have I actually thought Trump was my daddy. And Kamala is not our mommy. Now, I realize Drew Barrymore has an effed up mom who put her into the spotlight at this young age and let her do drugs and drink when she was, I think, in the single digits or like 12 at the oldest. That's a sickness, right? She's platformed these people. She leaned and awoke. Now she wants to get away with on Bill Maher. If you've changed, then own that.
This one might surprise you. Megyn Kelly didn't just show up quietly. When she appeared on Bill Maher's show, she came out swinging. Right from the start, she put Drew Barrymore on the spot and didn't hold back.
Own how you've changed, how you've seen the error of your ways. How you won't be kneeling down to the transgender cult anymore. And I'll listen to you. A lot of people have evolutions. I will listen to you. Right now, I think you're just saying what you think you need to say to be popular with Bill Maher's audience.
This wasn't casual chatter or lighthearted banter. This was Megyn Kelly in full force. The room went still as she called Drew out, her words sharp, unapologetic, and cutting straight to the bone. You could feel the tension thick in the air, and everyone knew it wasn't just a minor disagreement. Megyn didn't just challenge Drew's opinions. She went after her authority, her choices, her actions. There was no attempt to soften the blow. She spoke with raw conviction. Even Bill Maher raised an eyebrow, clearly sensing they had stepped into dangerous territory. And that's the thing about Megyn Kelly. She never throws a punch unless she knows it's going to land. This wasn't a slip of the tongue. It was deliberate, calculated, and designed to make Drew shift uncomfortably in her seat. Moments like this can't be scripted. They're the kind of confrontations people keep talking about long after the cameras stop rolling.
Drew Barrymore, this is again on the podcast, and listen to what she said in SAW 28.
You have a lot of bravado about what you think is the truth or not, but it's just so refreshing. Like, you were doing this before it was so dangerous.
Still dangerous.
And it is just way too dangerous.
It hit like a firecracker, sudden, loud, and impossible to ignore. For a moment, the room fell into silence. And just like that, Megyn Kelly had turned all eyes onto Drew Barrymore, making her the center of the storm.
But you're still doing it.
It's slightly less dangerous than it was 2 years ago because we did have a vibe change. And because the Democrats lost so badly in 2024, the blush is off the rose on left-wing censorship and, oh my God, you can't say that. Stop telling me what I can do, what I can say, what I can think, who my heroes are supposed to be. Just.
Drew Barrymore, long seen as a supporter of what many call woke culture, suddenly found herself cornered and speechless when Megyn Kelly called out what she viewed as blatant hypocrisy in Drew's shifting stances on free speech and gender issues. And this wasn't your typical Hollywood dust-up. It was something far bigger. Megyn didn't just criticize, she dismantled Drew's image with surgical precision. Every line landed harder than the last as she accused Drew of abandoning the very position she once championed, now distancing herself when it was convenient. The crowd was riveted, and commentators immediately began questioning whether celebrities can really pivot their beliefs so quickly. It left everyone asking how much of what stars say is genuine and how much is just a performance crafted for the cameras. Megyn forced that uncomfortable truth into the open, and Drew couldn't fight back.
So he's saying what he's always said, to his credit. He's been very consistent. But there you have Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore talking about how it's still too dangerous to speak out with your real opinions. So what are her real opinions? Because just like Jimmy Kimmel and Sarah Silverman, she's been fueling the fire of wokeism for years.
It's a question on everyone's mind. Did Drew genuinely change her views, or was this just a move to stay in the spotlight?
Who could forget how she humiliated herself next to fake, quote unquote, woman, meaning a man, Dylan Mulvaney, who came on her show.
Is this a genuine transformation, or is Drew simply shifting her views to stay popular in Hollywood? That uncertainty builds suspense, leaving viewers eager to see whether it's all for show. If it's real, though, Drew could be braver than most give her credit for. Either way, Megyn Kelly made sure the question stayed front and center, pushing both Drew and the audience to confront it head on.
Oh my God, there's so much wrong with that clip. It's stomach turning. She's like, leftists need to learn the number one lesson of being happy in life. Do not lean into your problems. Don't lean into crazy. Everyone's had crazy in their lives. The successful, sane ones do not obsess over it, do not want to relive it over and over, do not want to talk about it night and day on their show.
Regardless, Megyn Kelly didn't hold back. She jumped straight in. No soft approach, no sugarcoating. And this wasn't just another interview. It was a collision between celebrity culture and credibility, laid bare for everyone to see.
Do not talk about things like the ground feels safe to me. And they certainly do not literally bend the knee to the cult of transgenderism, Drew. And then talk about how, gee, it feels so dangerous. It's so dangerous, still too dangerous to say how you really feel.
The thing is, this isn't just background noise. People are forced to pick a side in a conflict like this. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our latest videos. There's plenty more coming that you'll want to see. Now back to the action. After a fiery exchange with Bill Maher, Megyn Kelly turned her attention squarely to Drew Barrymore. From the start, it was clear she wasn't going to tread lightly. She came in fully prepared, direct and unflinching, making sure Drew couldn't hide behind Hollywood's usual charm or gloss over the tough questions.
That's a sickness, right? She's platformed these people. She leaned in and woke. Now she wants to get away with, on Bill Maher, saying it's too dangerous to say how you really feel. About what? You are the one who's been fueling the fire that you now seem to be calling dangerous.
This is where things start to get really interesting. Drew Barrymore seemed fully aligned with woke culture, endorsing nearly every politically and socially progressive stance.
I mean, just like the hypocrisy, be yourself at a minimum in front of all crowds, okay? If you've changed, then own that. Own how you've changed, how you've seen the error of your ways. You won't be kneeling down to the transgender cult anymore. And I'll listen to you.
She wasn't shy about it either. Drew fully embraced the woke movement, smiling, leaning in, speaking passionately, and showing full enthusiasm. Think back to the moments when she supported these causes without hesitation. It was clear she was all in. But here's the twist. Megyn Kelly is now taking a closer look at that very same moment, analyzing it in detail.
Okay, he's a sick person, Dylan Mulvaney. He, I believe, may have had his chopped off. He's taking massive amounts of hormones. He's pretending that he is something other than what he is. And I believe, and many others believe too, because he really wants to be famous.
For Drew, something appeared to have shifted. Megyn Kelly, however, wasn't willing to let it slide.
He's been wanting to be famous for many, many years. He wasn't able to make it as a man or a gay man or a non-binary man, and now has gone full Eloise. And that's something that you think is brave, and you celebrated it openly on your show and told others.
As she sat with Bill Maher, Megyn Kelly zeroed in on what she saw as a striking contrast between Drew Barrymore's recent statements and her past public persona. This is the same Drew who once fully embraced the most radical corners of progressive culture, openly supporting particular figures and causes. Yet now she seemed conflicted, hesitant about free speech, and wary of openly sharing opinions, especially on gender issues. That, folks, is a tense situation. Let's rewind a bit. It all started when Bill Maher, never one to shy away from political incorrectness, began discussing free speech across different political landscapes. He pointed out that under Trump, people felt freer to speak their minds, while under Biden, everyone seemed cautious. One wrong word could ruin a reputation, career, and friendships in a single day. Drew nodded along on camera, echoing the concern, but Megyn Kelly wasn't buying it. She interrupted, essentially saying, "Wait a minute, Drew's past behavior tells a very different story. How can we take this at face value?" Kelly reminded the audience that Drew wasn't just casually aligned with woke culture. She had been fully committed. She had celebrated and promoted figures like Dylan Mulvaney and Kamala Harris as cultural icons in high-profile instances. Her sudden hesitancy now was jarring. When someone known for taking a firm stand begins to waver, people notice, and they start asking tough questions. What's genuine and what's performance? Is Drew truly evolving or simply playing to the crowd?
Each other up, we all rise with the mouth quivering, just like the hideous to Dylan. Where do you find the strength to keep being the joy? Where do you find the strength to keep being the joy? Oh my God, she's too far gone. This is what happens when you become a Hollywood actress as a child.
Megyn Kelly didn't back down. She wasn't just questioning Drew's public stance, she was probing its authenticity.
You lose your id. You don't know who you are. You're just floating. You're like the Martian, the astronaut disconnected from the spaceship. You're just adrift in space, untethered. You don't know who you are. Where do you find the strength to keep being?
Kelly went further, insisting that Barrymore should openly acknowledge her shift, say it out loud, and stand by it if she truly recognized her earlier mistakes. Evolution doesn't have to carry guilt, Kelly emphasized, but when a change feels like pandering, an attempt to fit a particular audience, it invites scrutiny. That's when Drew's past began to catch up with her. Despite her recent warnings about the dangers of free speech, she had previously supported certain people and ideas without hesitation. Kelly was the one to bring that contradiction to the surface, forcing the audience to confront it rather than just watch from a distance. And speaking of staying informed, make sure to hit the subscribe button and join the Snubwire community, where we cut through the noise and bring you the stories others prefer to ignore. Stay proactive, aware, and alert. Subscribe now so you won't miss our next crucial breakdown. So